Good day, my name is Thamage, and this will be our Enterprise in Action presentation. I will be presenting this with my group members, Ramahobo, Omogolo, Molosiwa, Ludo, Sechele, and Katlego, Nkwe. Over the past 15 years, the amount of entrepreneurship research has been an ever-escalating process, as it is many people who are now deciding to venture into entrepreneurship. This explains the rise of small, medium enterprise businesses that are arising in different markets and industries. A founder of an SME is bound to be goal-orientated as it develops competence through the expansion and exploiting of skills and abilities available at hand. One of the objectives that are set as the journey goes on is finding ways to upscale a business in significance of success and showing innovative capabilities. Upscaling a business requires a significant change in the business processes. However, the ideas of change rather that may be suggested need to help the business move from a market where it's crowded, full of competition, and less opportunities to a more open market that encourages growth and profits through its vast number of opportunities. This is otherwise known as a shift from the red ocean to the blue ocean. This, however, will be justified using the theories such as the 4 actions framework and the strategic value canvas to solidify our project. The project we will be presenting is in collaboration with a local startup business entitled Shedol Cosmetics, which is a 100% Motswana-owned local startup, and it has all products related to skin. We will look at ways in which they can upscale their business in various creative ways. This, moreover, will be based on field research partook, so all the related theories and frameworks will be used to solidify our project. Shedol was a fairly good pick for us because besides the point in it being a well-known local startup, it shows areas in which they can improve in. Also, it has various opportunities that they can venture in and explore. This project will require us to practice our consultancy and data collection skills with the help of theories we saw fit to use. The GROW model stood out for us as it allows the client to further identify and exploit opportunities that could easily be attained in the running of the company. Furthermore, the model is suitable for enhancing the client's capabilities of reaching the goals much faster and effectively while assessing the risk in every opportunity.
Both primary and secondary data sources were used in the gathering of information for this project. Primary data is data that is collected for the first time for a project at hand. We did this through an interview on a web call through Zoom. Secondary data is data that was previously collected for other purposes. One of the secondary data sources we used was an interview on a podcast that was previously done by the company general manager. The data we collected was verified through the company social media pages, being Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
GROW is a very goal-orientated model, giving Shedol the opportunity to implement the necessary action towards achieving their goals. The model also assists Shedol to exploit its opportunities. Shedol's goals were to create a website as an online sales and marketing tool. Second goal is to introduce a physical store in Central Business District, Gaborone, Botswana. Lastly, to target customers of all ages, low to middle class, specifically focusing on females. On to the reality. They currently have 2 kiosk branches in Airport Junction and Game City and supply to 4 retailers being Jumbo, Square Mart, Choppies, and Trans. With a variety of products and sales points, they are closer to having a CBD store, even though competition is high due to cheaper alternatives. COVID-19 has impacted Shedol on some of the imported supplies from international countries. They have the options of continuing to open kiosk branches to further fund the project of developing a store in CBD. However, due to the COVID-19 and movement restrictions being implemented, pursuing to open a website could be a much suitable option. Lastly, the will and way forward. The current funds obtained from the kiosk and supplying to the retailers could help start developing the main store. As for the development of the website, it is more attainable and inexpensive with the right resources attained.
The first problem identified is that finding people who possess the same personalities and characteristics as the company founders, being bubbly and charismatic, has proven to be a challenge. Getting products certified in the country is a challenge because local certification authorities do not possess the cosmetic products specifications. The unpredictable lockdowns being imposed countrywide affects the business operations and the revenue income. The company has noticed the increase in the demand for cosmetic products. If the company does not scale up on workforce and machinery, it will not be able to meet this demand. Being product-oriented instead of customer-oriented does not allow the company to meet the customer's specific needs. The company uses traditional methods of marketing and promotion, which keeps the company in the red ocean instead of blue ocean because it is not innovative.
Finding opportunities with Swot. SWOT analysis is a framework that identifies strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities of a business. From the interview we had with the owner of Shedol, we saw that his strengths are that they have efficient access to raw materials as they are supplied locally. Shedol also has kiosk stores in large malls in the city of Gaborone. However, their weaknesses are they do not supply high-end beauty retailers. Shedol can take advantage of these weaknesses as their opportunities. Looking at their first opportunity, we identified that improving the product range to be more competitive will help them as they also supply more retailers, beauty salons, hotels, and lodges. They could also grow raw materials that are imported locally so that they save on logistics costs. Shedol has the opportunity of expanding into an online store and adapt to the times of COVID-19 where lockdowns have restricted more visitations. The 4 Actions Framework. The 4 Actions Framework identifies factors that should be reduced well below the industry standard, factors that should be raised above the industry standard, and factors that should be created by the industry, and factors that should be eliminated from the industry. Looking at the 4 Actions Framework for the cosmetics industry in Botswana, we identified that environmental sustainable products should be increased, the awareness of that. Expanding onto male product range is a factor that should also be raised by the cosmetics industry. Due to the high popularity of social media, partnerships with influencers and customizing products by the instruction of the customer are factors that could be created by the industry Shedol find themselves in. A factor that should be eliminated from the cosmetics industry is the usage of harmful chemicals as they could be damaging to skin. Lastly, the industry should reduce focus on having physical stores if they do not have an online selling point or an online store. Shedol currently find themselves in the red ocean. The red ocean is when a market or an industry is saturated with multiple businesses that provide the same range of goods with little room for innovation. The blue ocean, however, is when businesses create their own demand through innovation, innovating the product or innovating the way they deliver the product. We have identified ways Shedol can move from the red ocean and enter into the blue ocean. Producing fragrances and cosmetics products that are of the right quality to be able to supply high-end beauty retailers like Clicks and Discam. Customizing products to suit the demand of the customer to enhance brand loyalty, and having social media influencers promote Shedol's products online are the ways Shedol can move from the red ocean into the blue ocean.
The strategy chosen was to give customers the opportunity to create their own cosmetic products. After doing a competitive analysis, it was found that the competition has a greater advantage. When compared to Shedol, they offer a wider range of products. Following the strategy of introducing customers being able to customize their cosmetic products will bring something new into the industry and give Shedol a competitive advantage. This is because no one else in the industry offers the service to their customers. Brookings believes that being customer-oriented instead of product-oriented builds customer loyalty, and increases referrals. When customers are satisfied with the service, they will then refer others to Shedol.
In order to understand as to where Shedol sits in its industry with its competitors, which are The Body Shop, Organic Natural Skincare, and Nubian Seed, a strategic value canvas was used to be able to compare the ranking factors against the competing factors for all four businesses. Shahan and Bruni Bosso, 2015, explained that the horizontal axis of the strategic value canvas represents the attributes that buyers use to make purchasing decisions, and these attributes used by the consumers to make purchase decisions should be put in order of priority, usually with price being the most important purchase attribute. The vertical axis represents the ranking factors attributes on a scale of 1 to 10. However, for this one, a ranking of 0 to 5 was used. Organic Natural Skincare scored a 2 because, according to Lioness of Africa 2021, the founder of the business had expressed that her products are targeted towards women to boost her confidence while in her skin. Whereas on the other hand, Shedol scored a 5 because it caters for men with their body butters and beard oil, and women with body butters, oils, serums. And Ratnakam and Shahara Syria 2012 expressed that gender differences should be viewed as one of the selling tactics to cater to all genders. Shedol scored a 5 for accessibility because there are 4 retailers in Botswana based in Gaborone, which are Square Mart, which is a central point, Trans, Jumbo, and Choppies. In addition to that, they have 2 kiosk branches which are located in Airport Junction and Game City. According to Fotheringham and O'Kelly 1989, retail location is of importance because the spatial interaction models which define the relationship between a consumer's sense of utility and characteristics of destination, usability of retail locations has a major effect on the customer's store choice decisions. Whereas kiosks will allow for customers to be able to inquire about products which they would potentially like to try, and also products which they do not know about yet. The Body Shop, on the other hand, is Shedol's biggest competitor in terms of the variety of products amongst all the ones listed. And it scored a 2 because it only has 1 location in Botswana, which is in Riverwalk. The first problem with this is that it is not in a central point, which means that their awareness is low, and this also applies for Nubian Seed, which only is accessible using social media platforms such as Facebook and WhatsApp, where Shedol utilizes both social media platforms as well as retailers and kiosk branches.